So you want to know more about how you can maintain the value of your vehicle? Stay tuned, I'm talking about it next. Hi, my name is Ronnie Haskins. I own Auto Search USA in Colorado Springs. Every week I produce videos on automobile related things as well as business ideas and topics. So if you want to stay informed, hit the subscribe button as well as ringing the bell so every time we go live or post a new video, you'll know about it. The first thing I would tell you if you're going to maintain the value of your vehicle is you need to understand what condition means. So when I buy vehicles as a dealer, I buy vehicles based on condition. Price is always a consideration, but the condition dictates what the price will be. You can have two vehicles that are identical, same year, same make, same model, same equipment, and one vehicle be worth $3,000 more than the other vehicle. From the outside appearance, standing away from the vehicle, you may think they're the same. But when you go around the vehicle and look at the condition of that car, you can lose a lot of money if you don't maintain that condition of your vehicle. So let's talk about ways you can do it to help save yourself some money over time. First thing I'd say is perform the basic maintenance. And this has gotten a lot easier with the newer cars. A lot of these vehicles don't even need but about 2 oil changes a year. So if you can budget for that, make sure you're watching those things and doing them on time. That will make sure your vehicle stays in top-notch shape, and you should keep the records. So if you have a record of that stuff when it's time to trade in your car or sell it to somebody else, it's always worth more money. People like to see that type of stuff. So performing the regular maintenance is critical to keep maintaining the value of your vehicle. The second thing I would talk about is professionally detailing your car twice a year. So I know, some people keep their cars pretty clean, but over the years I've seen a lot of dirty cars, a lot of cars with a lot of scuffs and scratches and oxidation in the paint. If you just spend about $150 twice a year on your vehicle, they will shampoo the carpets. They will wax the vehicle. They will make sure that your wheels are cleaned. That type of stuff is worth a lot of money when it's time to sell or trade in your vehicle. So if you could just remember to budget for that, it's about $300 a year, guys. You can do that. So if you budget for it, find a good detailer in your town. You can maintain that value tremendously just by taking care of the vehicle that way twice a year. You want to also make sure that you're saving money for the bigger services. Oil changes are relatively inexpensive, but every 15,000 miles, if you look in your service manual, your car starts to need different types of servicing, like transmission flushes, brakes, drive axles, things of that nature. So what you want to do is make sure when you buy your car, look at that service manual, find out how much those things are going to cost, and start budgeting for it. Once again, if you can produce those receipts at time of sale, your car is going to be worth a lot more money. And furthermore, the car is going to run better. If you're performing all of these services, you're going to have a lot better chance of keeping your car longer and the value higher. So it's a win-win situation if you can just do those 15,000 mile services every time they come up. This next tip is pretty simple. When you're going to the grocery store or you're going to the gym or you're parking at work, try to be aware of your surroundings and who you're parking by. Some people don't pay attention when they get out of their vehicle, and they will ding your car every single day. And over time, those dings start to add up. They're about $50 to repair, but once you have 30 of them in your car, 50 times 30 is a lot of money. So you want to make sure that you're watching your surroundings when you're parking your vehicle, taking a little bit extra time to do it. Park a little bit further away. I got that from Bruce Lee, quite frankly. I was reading one of his books a long time ago, and he was like, you can do little things to improve your health. Like when you go to the grocery store, park way in the back and walk. That gets another 200-300 steps a day. So it also will maintain the value of your car. Okay, this next one is really important as well. When you're practicing parking your car, make sure you also practice parking against curbs. Be careful. The wheels in your car are very expensive. And when you brush up against a curb, it scratches those wheels and causes a lot of damage. And you can avoid it by just practicing. If you practice at home, in front of your house, at the curb, parking, getting used to it, then you feel really comfortable and confident about it. You won't scratch your wheels every time you park the car. I have seen hundreds of cars come in to be traded in, and they're worth a lot less money because the whole right side of the vehicle wheels are all scratched up. So if you can practice that, that'll save you some money as well. Another thing you can do when you're on the highway is you can drive defensively. I learned doing this when I was a motorcyclist. I used to ride a Honda CBR, and I used to, I had some rules when I rode the motorcycle. When I was riding, if I was behind you, I would look through your windshield and look at the brake lights ahead of me. And that would make sure that I would see those brake lights before I even saw your brake lights. That way I would slow down in preparation for you to hit your brakes. When you're following semis too closely, you'll get a lot of rock chips, you get a lot of debris that flies up off the road and scratches your car. And that costs money to repair. And most people just don't spend the money. Once they get the scratches, they just let that vehicle go, and that depreciates the value over time. So when you're driving, be defensive and stay a couple of car lengths behind semis when you're on a long trip or on the road. That way you can prevent rock chips from happening to your vehicle in the windshield as well as the front of the vehicle. My last tip for you today, if you're trying to maximize the value of your vehicle and you trade in every 5 or 6 years, just keep in mind that your vehicle peaks in value at about 85,000 miles. Once you go over 85,000 miles, it's on a timer. Once it hits 100,000 miles, the value drops tremendously. So if you're trying to maximize your return on your car when you're ready to sell it, my advice would be to trade that vehicle in or sell it around 85,000 miles. That'll get you the most value. After that, it's going to continue to depreciate monthly until it's done. So if you're trying to maximize that and you're thinking about trading in, if you need a catalyst, mileage is critical. People pay more money for vehicles with less mileage. So 85,000 miles, it's, in my experience, that's about it. So keep that in mind. Thanks for tuning in with me today. I hope these tips helped you out. If you got any questions or comments, please post them in the comments box, and please remember to subscribe.